You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. You killed him. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all. Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me.
Hello! So let's jump right into this. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. What is this game all about? What? This is a nice little game, and I will put the emphasis on the word little. It's a linear game, it's pretty short, it doesn't have a variety of activities you can do in the game. It's pretty straightforward, it's a nice little game. So story and atmosphere wise, Senua is a Nord warrior descending into Hell, or Helheim, to find and rescue the soul of her beloved. The difference, by the way, between Hell and Helheim is Heim. Now the unique thing about this game is that Senua, your character, is suffering from severe schizophrenia.
Where are you going?
Where is she going?
They're watching.
She's got voices talking to her all the time. Throughout the whole game, you have these voices. They're encouraging you, they're sitting down, they're cheering you along, they're criticizing you, they're scaring you. They've hired, I think, a mental health specialist to advise them on this game, to make Senua's psychosis feel as real as possible. You got a warning at the beginning of the game. The game really is best experienced with headphones, because it's got nice 3D sound and you can actually hear the voices in all sorts of different locations around you. So in that sense, this game really is a really unique experience. So she's down there in Hell, Heim, fighting all sorts of hellish monsters and creatures, who, though it's never said explicitly, I am sure are souls of dead death metal vocalists. Making her way through Hell, Heim, solving a lot of puzzles, a lot of which are very visual, having to do a lot with visual deception, which connects really good with her psychosis. And the atmosphere is, generally speaking, pretty Nordish, darkish, metalish, and generally speaking, pretty heavy. So now, gameplay-wise, as I said before, the game is pretty damn simple. You're playing through a linear experience, there are combats, there are puzzles, there aren't really any supplies or trinkets. The only thing in this game resembling any collectibles are these stones that you focus on and then they tell you like a part of a mythological Viking story.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess.
Sigurd has extracted the spear from King Harold. And then, in a defiant act of vengeance, Sigurd has stuck that spear so deep up King Harold. So anyway, there aren't any supplies, equipment upgrades, side quests, minigames, none of that. You're just playing through the story, solving puzzles and fighting battles. And you know, I will say there's actually something kind of relaxing about that. I know it's funny I'm using the word relaxing for a game about a schizophrenic Viking warrior going down to Hell, Heim, but hear me out. You know how in every game you're obsessively scanning around every little area you get to because you're afraid to miss some piece of trinket? None of that in this game. You can safely and calmly rest assured that there is nothing to be found and just move on to the next puzzle to solve or monster to fight or whatever. Now let's talk about difficulty. This game is not particularly difficult. The puzzles are nice, some of them are somewhat challenging. The battles are pretty nice as well. They are not, generally speaking, all that difficult. There are some nice boss fights that are pretty good and a little more challenging. These are not like Bloodborne bosses, but they're nice. They give you a little challenge there. You will need a couple of goes to beat them. Now, as a few general remarks and my final review of this game actually, short game, short video. A positive thing that I can say about linear games like this is that when the resources are not going for a huge open world and all the activities and all the different elements of the game, the resources can really be invested in the graphics. This game looks really good. All the details, all the textures quality, awesome. Now, Senua's psychosis and how it's actually integrated into the game, how it helps her even solving these illusions in the world of the gods, and generally the unique atmosphere it gives the game, that's pretty awesome as well. Now, I know that a lot of gamers love big open world games with huge maps and a lot of activities and options and equipment and all of that, and I love all that stuff. But if you guys are into or can open your mind for a smaller but a pretty high quality experience, this game is actually pretty good. I personally liked it a lot. I loved the visual experience, I loved the unique atmosphere, and as my personal score, I will give this game a 9. So I would recommend this game. Hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, comment. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys later.
Why aren't you looking?
He's in hell. Look. Up ahead.